Hello, I'm Rich Alvarez, and welcome to me reacting and breaking down this Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. So let's jump right in, shall we? So we start on Deadpool's birthday, and as we can see, there's a lot of returning characters from the first two films, and a lot of characters that actually died in the second film, but they're back because remember, at the end of Deadpool 2, he did that whole time rewinding thing and saved a lot of their lives, which is probably why he's in the predicament that he gets himself in that we'll get to in just a moment. So nobody in their trailer reactions that I saw really commented on this specific section here. There's a moment where he says that it's been a hard couple of years, and then Vanessa walks away from him, and then right before he blows out his candle, she says, "Make a wish, buddy." I feel like they broke up at some point, and nobody has gathered that from this. Maybe I'm thinking too negatively, but it just feels like their relationship has ended. She calls him buddy, you know. Maybe they're just friends now and he's upset about it. It sure looks like he's kind of upset about things when she has that little walk away moment from him. Also, there's only one candle on this birthday cake. I really don't know what that means, if it means anything. Let me know in the comments below if you think that the one candle on the birthday cake means something. So these guys right here are part of the TVA, or the Time Variance Authority. If you've seen the Loki show, then you already know what these guys are about. I don't really want to spoil anything in the Loki show. One thing that I think this movie will do well is include the TVA in a way that makes sense and is funny and is cool without you needing 100% to see the Loki show. That's one of the things that the MCU does really well, is that everything's connected. But the movies and shows are better when there's a lot of good connections, but they still feel self-enclosed, so that, if you missed the Loki show, which I recommend you do watch the Loki show. It's incredible. It's brilliant. It's one of the best things of Marvel. But if you did miss the Loki show, you're not going to have to watch the Loki show in order to appreciate the TVA in this movie. If you have seen Loki, then you will appreciate the TVA even more and already have an understanding of where they've been, where they're going, and what their deal is. But if you're one of those people that's like, I'm not watching the Marvel TV shows, I'm only going to watch the movies, don't worry, this movie's still going to be great. It's still for you. I do want to point out that he is making a wish, and the moment that he blows out the candle, the TVA shows up. So, is he wishing to get out of this situation? Is his life gotten so bad that he's wishing for literally anything else? Red Marvel Studios logo. Not a big Easter egg or anything, but I do love when certain movies come out, they have the Marvel Studios logo changed. Like it was green for Loki, now it's red for Deadpool. Also, I am going to point out that that joke he made to the TVA is actually a completely different joke in the international versions of the trailer. So it's possible that that's not the final line, or, it's Ryan Reynolds. He probably said 5 different jokes. And that's the line they went with in this trailer. And in the international trailer, he said some other Disney jokes. So we'll see what ends up in the final movie. I'm not going to repeat what he said because it was a little inappropriate for the Rich Alvarez channel. Okay, so he's in the TVA now. Even though these sets look similar to the Loki show, I think personally that they either redid the sets or made completely new sets for this movie, because these sets, similar to the Loki show, look like different TVA sets than we saw on that show. Probably just bigger and more expensive on a bigger soundstage, because this movie has a bigger budget than the Loki show did. And this moment right here, I just like to think that they just have DVDs of all the Marvel films in the TVs, and they're just putting on Winter Soldier and stuff. You gotta love Deadpool saluting Captain America when he shows up on the screen. It's a nice touch. Also, this moment right here, it kind of looks like he's working at a post office or something, with his blue polo and his name tag. Here's our first look at the villain of this film. Now, this could be Emma Corrin's character, and I think they're playing the evil twin sister of Charles Xavier, who has the exact same powers that he does, except evil. Now, here's our first look at Wolverine in this trailer, or it certainly looks like Wolverine. In the comics, Wolverine had an alter ego when he was doing spy stuff. Patch, where he wore an eye patch and it wasn't really fooling anybody. He still looks like Logan, I've heard a lot of rumors and speculations, though, that this specific scene is going to be a Wolverine variant that is not Hugh Jackman. People are fully expecting him to turn around in that chair and be like Daniel Radcliffe or Taron Egerton or something, which I think would be really funny.
I am Marvel Jesus.
I love this guy's reaction to this, because I guarantee you, the TVA isn't going to be using words like MCU or Marvel or anything but Deadpool knows what it is, so he's saying he's Marvel Jesus, and they're like, oh, okay. I've said it before in past videos, but I really do believe that this movie is sort of going to be a take on Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, except it's going to be Deadpool kills the Fox Universe, purging, because that's what the TVA does, is it purges things, gets rid of them. So I think that they're using Deadpool here to like go throughout the Fox universe and get rid of the Fox universe, so that way he can come into the MCU pure or whatever. We'll see. I love this sequence so much. Like, when did the TVA get their own like costume designer? You can see in that room there's like rolls of fabric and sewing materials, and they make Deadpool a new suit with a comic accurate belt with the logo on it. And I love stuff like this, and all the butt slapping and everything. I feel like this scene in the movie is going to be really making fun of those Joel Schumacher Batman scenes where it's like bat nipples, bat butt. Just expect this scene to be way longer in the movie and to really like, make fun of that sort of thing. Some really awesome gunplay happening here in this scene, obviously, but we do notice that he's like beating up on the TVA guys. Now, I don't know if he has like a falling out with the TVA during the movie, because maybe they want him to purge Wolverine as well, but he wants to team up with Wolverine and bring him with him. Or maybe these are TVA outcasts. The Loki show kind of hinted that there's like TVA agents that broke apart. This also, again, I'm not trying to spoil Loki too much, but this looks like the Void. It's like where things go to die at the end of time. That's what the Void is in Loki, and this looks a lot like that, because we're seeing a lot of like things from various Fox and Marvel movies that are just like laying to rest down here, including, as you can see behind Deadpool, the 20th Century Fox logo itself is starting to get buried and is dying in this barren wasteland. Just meta. Right here, we can see this guy getting taken up by a smoke monster. This is actually Alioth, which is the guardian of the Void. Again, please watch Loki. Try not to spoil Loki, but these are all things that we learned about in Loki. Obviously there was a lot of people on the internet that thought that this was Doctor Doom, because it's a dude in a cape wearing a mask. Personally, I don't think that this is Doctor Doom. I don't even think that this is a Doctor Doom variant, because Doctor Doom with a gun would be kind of lame, but maybe this is like supposed to be like a lame variant of Doctor Doom. I mean, hey, if it's done well in the movie, it's done well, but like, I do believe that Doctor Doom is coming to the MCU very soon. There's a bigger hint in this trailer later. This guy, by the way, is Pyro, a mutant, and played by the same dude that played him in X-Men 2 and 3. Deadpool saying wait with his hand up, similar to how he did in the original Deadpool film. Ah, that glorious silhouette.
Don't just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much.
Just amazing title reveal. We all expected it just to be Deadpool 3. But I love the title of Deadpool and Wolverine, because that's what this movie is going to be. Obviously they've talked about this kind of being sort of like a buddy cop sort of dynamic. So I can't wait to see more of that in the next trailer and also the movie itself. I was a little surprised at first, but calling it Deadpool 3 would be a little disingenuous, because again, it's still Deadpool, but it's now Deadpool coming into the MCU. So it wouldn't quite be honest, in a way, to say Deadpool 3, because this is going to be something a little bit different. Also, this shot. This is, one of the greatest trailer shots of all time. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention in this shot, we do see that comic book laying on the ground. That is the cover of Secret Wars #5. The one with Doctor Doom on the cover. I think it's fair to say that we're going to see a lot of Doctor Doom pretty soon, and this is a nice little touch. Well, guys, that's it. That's all I have to say about Deadpool and Wolverine teaser trailer. I'm Rich Alvarez. Thank you for subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. And if you didn't give it a thumbs up, then, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe! All right, guys. Bye-bye.